Hello all. Yesterday we started doing a watercolor. It's a lady in one of those big orangery greenhouse kind of buildings. They're having a soiree, uh, very elaborate party, and she's just prepping the various uh, last finishing touches, and she's looking at dealing with this table here. She's got some flowers there and she's putting a few more flowers in. But we did the background yesterday on Diane's. It's Artfully Yours with Diane on live YouTube. But we're going to concentrate today on. Hi, Goswina. We're going to concentrate today on that. The table, the vase, and the flowers. So we'll be getting on with that in a short while. I've just got to do some final adjustments with regards how I want this all set up. That'll be fine. And I hope you can see that okay, Goswina. Looks like it's you and me today. So, right, we're. I'm going to move that up now because we don't need to see this area. So this is what we're going to be painting today. That bit there. Hey Bruce. Hey Chrissy. As promised, I've decided to come on live, and I'm just going to do this area. Yeah. So obviously this head of flowers has got quite a few colours in it. So what I'm going to do first is get quite a bit of water in. I'll try and keep up with chat, but I've not got my YouTube on, so I'm gonna wet it all of that there, as wet as I can get it, and then I'm just gonna start splattering lots of in-your-face colour into it. And this particular bunch of flowers, it's got a lot of purple flowers in it, so I'm gonna depict that. So I'm just making myself a nice purpley colour by just getting either a cobalt blue, a light blue, a cerulean blue, or something like that, and putting some basic red in it, so it's kind of warm. I really do want it to clearly show that it's. I'm nearly there. Right, that'll do. And I might have to, after this, leave it to dry a bit. One more thing we've got to do on this is obviously it's got foliage. I'll see if I can scroll down. Only thing is with the, what's it say? Well, I hope you're feeling a bit better today. It's not worse than a migraine. I don't necessarily get them myself, but I've been close to them on occasions. And even with just getting a headache, that's enough to send you rocking, isn't it? So we've got a basic underpainting there of colour. We'll come back and once that's dry, we'll get back to another level with a completely different set of colours. So the next thing to do is I'm going to try and avoid, in fact I'm going to keep away from that. I'm going to go about that close and then bring that round. We're just getting the basic underpainting in for now. So that's that. It's got like it's got a glass vase that's very bright blue stroke slightly purple. So the next thing to do is I'm going to get some Naples well yeah, it's you've got to be really careful with strong stimulants, Chrissy. If you've got a stomach that's sensitive, stay away from anything that can be a stimulant like caffeine. So I'm going to create a Naples yellow, and I'm then going to add a red to it, and that will make a really light pinky colour. Now that is for the undercolour of this table, because it's like a satin, and it's almost dry brush this. Again, I'm avoiding touching the vase. And down this side, I'm just gonna drag it down like that, a bit more, making sure it looks textury. Now, because I want this to be a bit flowy, this table, just get a little bit more there. There you go. It's got little bits of wrinkles in it, and if you imagine like a satin, that's what kind of. So we've got a very light under painting in. Next thing to do, while it's still wet, is get some deeper colours in it. That's a little bit too purple. So I'm gonna that area there is a kind of the shadow coming off of the vase, and there will be a very light shadow there, which is representative of that hand. This purpley bit here is because the woman is casting a shadow onto there, so all of that's going to have that level of purple there. And other areas where this folds like that. Now I'm gonna leave that for a bit, let that settle, and we'll put the last little bit of really dark colour in. In fact, blow it. Let's throw caution to the wind and make a dark by getting a really dark blue, the darkest blue you can get in your set, mixing it in with some of that purpley red, and also a bit of burnt umber. Okay, Goswina, well, it'll be here for you to watch anyway. Anybody, you don't have to be here. I'm doing it live because it's convenient. And I'm not going to be on more than half an hour, 45 minutes anyway. So, um, yeah, let's get that a little bit lighter. And just in certain areas, it just needs. I'm going to get that area there like that and make that slightly darker as it fades off. And that's not far off from completion. It's nice, it's loose, it's got a bit of strength to it. But I'll leave that for the time being. But I can see now that that's worked to my advantage. That happy accident. I'm going to come back and try and get some dark areas in. Now at the top of it might be too dry that actually at the moment. I'll leave that for there. But I have got my what they call it, and we'll speed this process up because we need to get a move on. Thanks, Chrissy. Oh, so what are we all doing today then? Are we, Goswina's doing some shopping? Hiya, Dabbler. Nice to see you. Nice that you can be here today. Unusual for me to do a live, but we needed to do it today. Obviously, I would use normal drying process, but as I'm live on here, it's appropriate to use the dryer. So I think that's roughly got us to us underpainting. So now we need to start going in with a few details, carving out the shape properly, and I'm going to use some, just to keep this area consistent. I'm going to use a slightly darker version of that deep purple that we made, and it kind of gives it a consistency throughout. Now there's going to be areas, and we're just like, see if I can make that a little bit wetter. As you light's coming from this direction, so anything at the top here is going to be a lot lighter than round this area, so we can take advantage of that and make everything that we're doing darker at that side, and that will give you your your sense of dimension and what have you. See if we can see if I can get some more dark blue in there. To help if I could get some. There we go. Yeah, it were a classic period, Chrissy, of creativity, and there were no doing it on a computer. It were all hand done, everything. In fact, actually, there were a program on BBC Four a few months ago what went through it got a load of modern artists together, and it set them a load of oldie worldy craft tasks, and it said, right, you have a go at doing all these crafts from uh, Edwardian and Georgian and Victorian period, and it was fascinating to see how they were able to learn to cope with using old equipment. I wish to bring that back because I thought it were a really interesting program to have a look at. So this vase, now this is uh, calmed down a little bit. What happens with the vase is you get a dark bit there that because it's obviously translucent, you can see where the leafage, the foliage and the stems have gone. So we're going to represent that like that. And at the bottom, it has uh, a, a bit where it's harder like that. And really, that's most of the vase done. What I do want to do is, if I can get it to do it, glass has a really strange property. When light hits it, it kind of projects its own colour into the shadow. So I'm going to try, without making a mess of it, representing that. So it's got a little bit of that blue in it. But what I'll do is make sure that it looks as though it's translucent. There you go. The rest of the thing won't. While we're on the subject of darker areas, I'm going to re-emphasize some of these wrinkles. Again, emphasize that bit's slightly in shadow. There's a wrinkle there, and that's it. Right, what I just want to do now is introduce a little bit of light to this, and I'm going to be very careful if I can. Little bits of splat at that end. Pick another colour, any colour. I'll get some of that red again. And And for the time being, I think that's basically what I want to get done with this. I might just soften out some of these. Some of these lines here are a teeny bit softer, so that they've got, because satin has a way of blending things into one another, which obviously that's what we're interested in. It's like it's a material that flows. So yeah, as far as I'm concerned, I think at the moment that's that part of the. I keep saying that, but I want to go back and splodge over a little bit of. And I'm going to suggest a little bit of greenery there. That for me is that bit done. So this is it. Sorry. Yeah, apparently. Oh, question. Oh, here we go. Sorry, I can't. I'm not keeping up with Ian. Have you any suggestions for 100% cotton cold press available in UK? Yeah. Um, if you can afford a pack, why not go for some Saunders Waterford? You can get a pack of about between about 10 or 15 sheets for about £20. Um, I can get you not now, but I can get you some other better prices on various things elsewhere. But I'll contact you and let you know some better prices. The best things to do is to go to companies that do um, uh, these trial packs where you get several different companies showing their 100% cotton paper, and then you can test it and see what you like. So, but yeah, like I said, I mean, for the time being, I may come overall with the painting. I may come back over it all once I've got it all fully blocked in. But apart from that, for now, that's as much as I want to get done. So thanks for being here, everybody, and we'll have another session another time with the main feature of the painting. And we'll see you later, guys. So thanks for being with us, and stay safe, everybody, and enjoy the rest of your weekend. Bye for now.